All right, gentlemen, I am back with another video. I wanted to continue my little series here where I'm going over all these basics and all the important understandings we need to have about the nature of the red pill and relationships between men and women. And I want to cover something today that's going to be very, very important and kind of a reminder and a refresher. I want to talk about the success highway. So this was something that researchers have found back, I believe, in the late 1990s, early 2000s. I know it's been around for at least as long as I've been in Arizona. And I want to remind you of what those principles are. Because if you look back at my videos I've been doing, I spoke to you about the people that live in Paradise Valley and what it takes to live there, right? How nearly 80% of the people that live there are either married, so they're families, or they're widows or widowers because they've had a family member die. And that is part of the success highway. So there's four parts. I like Rush Limbaugh's version where there's four parts to the success highway. And they have a little detail to them so that you can remember them. And I want to cover them real quick. So the first one is that you finish high school, that you at least get a basic education, right? You get basic skills so that you can go into the workforce and you can get a job. The second one is that you get a job and you keep working. That's important. That not just that you get a job and you quit it after a couple of weeks and then maybe you go get another job and then you do this over and over again and you get on the little merry-go-round of, short-term work, but you have to get a job and keep a job. That's two. The third one is, and this is where the red pill comes in, probably as strongly as anywhere else, you get married and you stay married. There have been untold numbers of people who were on the verge of being able to go and move into a house like they have in Paradise Valley, but they hit 45, 50 years old. The woman doesn't have kids in the house anymore. She gets bored. She gets a divorce. She blows up their finances. And now they're stuck living in South Scottsdale in little houses for the rest of their lives. And they never get that kind of financial independence. And the fourth one is also a red pill talking point, that you don't carry until you marry. You don't carry till you marry. You don't have babies until you marry. Now, the number one reason for that, the number one reason for it is because now when you enter into marriage, you've brought a liability. You brought a cost that's already set before you even make any decisions with this other person, right? There's a cost there, and it has to be borne, whether you're ready or not. But here's the thing. If you don't do that, then you can really, truly do some financial planning. I tell you in my book, don't think of a prenup as just something that you're going to use in case you ever get divorced. But think of it as more important than that. This is going to be you're going to put everything in it that makes up your financial roadmap for where the two of you are agreeing to go in the future financially. We're going to set aside money for this. We're going to set aside money for that. We're going to carry this in life insurance. We're going to carry this much, minimum in health insurance. We want to make sure we can cover doctor bills and co-pays and everything before we have a child. We want to have roughly, you don't have to put exact numbers. Okay, we'll have 1 to 3. right? But we're going to space them out, make sure we can cover all the medical bills, make sure we don't have to go selling things to try to pay the doctor. You can use this as a tool. But these people who do live in Paradise Valley, they've covered all this stuff. The vast majority of them are already working good jobs. They may have their own businesses. They may be a successful artist or writer. Like I said, you just never know. But they are working and producing income, right? And they're doing it consistently. They are, for the most part, married. They are, for the most part, waiting until they're married to have a child. They are staying married in the long term so that they can build up the kind of financial and wealth baseline that they can use for their future lives. And here's the thing. You only get one shot at this. You don't have to do it perfectly. But if you blow it up at 45 or 50 years old, it's really hard to recover. And if you do it any older than that, then you've got a great divorce and very little opportunity to ever make up for the money that you've just poured out of your wallet to lawyers and divorce court and splitting everything and selling stuff. You can never get most of that back. Not unless you get lucky. It doesn't have to be that way, though. Right? I have family members who got divorced who didn't sell anything. They kind of decided how they were going to break things down. And instead of selling stuff, they've actually bought more properties. They've doubled the number of properties they own, including a brand new house in a great neighborhood. And here in Arizona, the moment that building's done, it's gone up in value. So I want you to think about these things, these four things, right? That you make sure that you get yourself as much of an education, point yourself in a direction, learn these skills that you need, get a job, keep working. Don't look back. Don't decide that you're going to be one of these people who are going to quiet quit or whatever. Don't do that. Get married, stay married, pick a quality spouse. Be a quality man. And don't take on children until the two of you figure out where you are financially and you can plan your lives. That's it. This is the only advice I'm going to give you today. So like, subscribe, hit the bell. Thank you very much for watching. You have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.